Welcome back to one of the Best Travel Plays YouTube channel. Today is Sunday. It is September 21st. I'm back breaking down some more NFL picks and props for you guys on Sunday. 3-1 day on Thursday night. Miami plus 12. Got it done. Could have won the game. Tua with a really bad interception. Had the over. Got it done. Matt Prater hits like a 45 or 46 yarder after shanking one. Hit that by one. Player props. We did okay. Went 1-1 on the day. Tyreek Hill. Tua missed him on a wide open over the middle pass with no defense. In the last drive, he would have hit the 70-plus yards. Really could have used that. Tua did throw for 2 touchdowns, though. Over 1.5 passing touchdowns for Tua. We'll take the 3-1 day. Kind of bummed out that we didn't hit Tyreek Hill because we easily should have. Multiple missed opportunities from Tua in that game. To Hill. For today, 2 games going to break down. I have 6 total game picks. 6 total game picks, 2 player props. Let's start with the games that I have listed here first. 2 games that I think dogs are live, and I think dogs can win these games. I have a stat coming up, not for this game, but it does apply to this. No, it doesn't, because the Colts are 2-0. I have a stat coming up for the next game that applies to all teams that start 0-2 and all teams who are 1-1, and everybody's been talking about it, but I'll talk about it again. Titans plus 4.5 is going to be the play here. The Colts, they have not punted the football in 2025. They don't have Andrew Luck. They don't have Peyton Manning. They have Daniel Jones, and they have not punted the ball in the first 2 games. The Titans, they are a very good team in the first half. I feel like they are very frisky. They fight. They've been in these games in the first half, even early in the third quarter, and then things just seem to fall apart in the second half. That can't happen in this game, and we need Cam Ward to step up and play a lot better in this game. I think he can. The Colts have given up a lot of points over the last couple of games. Defensively, I think the Colts are a pretty good team. Defensively, I think the Titans can be a pretty good team. They are getting crushed, though, on the ground. The Tennessee Titans are the last in the NFL this season at giving up yards per game on the ground. I think Jonathan Taylor will eat in this game on the ground. Going to talk about that as my player prop. Other thing I will say about this game is everybody's talking about Daniel Jones. Let's not forget, right? Let's not forget who he is. We've seen Daniel Jones for many years, at least 2 or 3. Can he continue this? I'm saying no. I don't think he continues playing like this. He has played basically perfect football, and he has played perfect football in the first 2 weeks. I feel like this is the game that Daniel Jones turns back into a pumpkin. Titans need a win. They're at home. They're plus 4.5. I think they win this game outright. This is just a vibes game. I think the Titans are pretty good. I think Cam Ward can be the real deal. Just looking at him playing the last 2 games, he's made some incredible throws. They have some young talent wide receivers. I like the Titans. I'm going to take them plus 4.5. I like the dogs tomorrow. For the other dog play, we're going to go with the Texans on the money line. This should be an easy play for people. Texans, they start 0-2 this season. They have 2 losses to 2 playoff teams, in my opinion, to start the year. They lost to the Rams, and they lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They have lost by a total differential of 5 points. They have lost by a total of 5 points, losing by 1 point in their last game, 4 points in the first game going up against the Rams. They looked a lot better against Tampa Bay. They went right down the field on that first drive, scored a touchdown. Then offensively, things just fell apart. Credit to the Tampa Bay defense for playing a lot better in the second half. C.J. Stroud needs time to throw the ball. The offensive line has been horrible for the Texans this season. I think C.J. Stroud and the Texans are going to win this game by at least 2 touchdowns. I like what Cohen's been doing with the Jaguars. They just have so many problems. Travis Hunter's not playing very well. That was a really bad defensive pass interference that they got called on him. It was not defensive pass interference at all. But the Jaguars this season, their best player coming into this year, Brian Thomas Jr., he has been missing. He's getting a ton of targets. He can't catch the ball right now. Something's going on. They're saying it's an injury, but there's multiple reports saying that he hasn't been trying hard in practice. Maybe that's something. But this Jaguars team, I think they're going to run to a buzzsaw here. I know the Texans are 0-2, but teams who start 0-2 to start the season, going up against teams that are 1-1 on the season in week number 3, that is a 40-17-1 against the spreads. Over 70% against 1-1 teams straight up since 2010. Pick your teams that are 0-2, going up against 1-1 teams, and I think you can find a lot of value in those plays. This is one of the games that I think you can find value. Another game, unfortunately for me, is the Dallas Cowboy game. but I think the Dallas Cowboys are now the underdog, which makes no sense to me at all. So that's why I'm going to take the Cowboys later on. But I like the Texans here. I think they get it done. This is, again, a must-win game. Team that go 0-3 hardly ever make the playoffs. So give me the Texans here. I think they're better than Jaguars. Jaguars offensively have been struggling. Texans get it going. Nick Chubb looked pretty good in the last game against Tampa Bay. I like the Texans here. Texans defense also incredible. So I like them. Money line, Texans has to play. All the plays for tomorrow. We're going to talk about the player props first. Bijan Robinson, you're going to go over the 79.5 rushing yards. Going up against the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers this season, 26th in the league in rushing yards allowed per game. That's 141. Bijan Robinson has been a monster over the last 2 games, and he really showed off his running ability in the last game that the Falcons took down the Vikings, gashed them multiple times for 15-plus rushing yards, or 15-plus yards per rush, I think, in that game at least 3 or 4 times. So he was really gashing them in that game. Also, the Panthers this season, 5.2 rushing yards per attempt. Bijan Robinson had a lot of open holes in this game for the Panthers. I'm looking at the stats against the Vikings last game, 143 yards on the ground. He's been a monster this year. He hasn't been scoring a lot of touchdowns. I think he only has 2 on the year, but total yards, Bijan Robinson's been a monster. The other play we're going to go, Jonathan Taylor over the 88.5 rushing. I do like the Titans to cover the spread of plus 4.5, but like I said in the breakdown, the Titans this season, they have been very, very bad at stopping the run. They are actually the worst team defensively this season at stopping the run, and Jonathan Taylor coming off 25 carries, 165 yards, going up against the Denver defense, who people have been saying Denver is at least a top 5 defense this season. Very good secondary. Taylor made them look really bad last week. So I'm going to take Taylor over the total yards. I think Daniel Jones will struggle in this game. That's just me. I know a lot of people like Daniel Jones right now. I've seen it too many times with these quarterbacks. I feel like he's going to turn back into a pumpkin this game. I think they're going to heavily rely on Jonathan Taylor. Going to go over the 88.5 rushing yards for him. Other plays, Falcons and Panthers, Rams, Eagles, Cowboys, Bears, Chiefs, Giants. We're going to go with the Falcons minus 5.5. The Panthers are not a good team. The Cardinals let them come back in that game. They took the foot off the pedal. They were up by 20-plus points. Panthers are not a good team whatsoever. Bryce Young does not look good. Remember when people were like, oh, yeah, Bryce Young, he looks good, especially towards the back end of the season. He has not looked good. Terrio McMillan, very good wide receiver, but that's it. Chubb has been decent, I guess. The defense is in shambles. Everything else sucks. Rams, Eagles, respect bet for the Rams plus 3.5. I'm a Dallas fan, but I think it's fair to say the Eagles haven't looked good. I think that's fair to say. Like, they played Dallas and the Chiefs. Dallas hasn't looked good, especially, Dallas offensively has looked decent, but Dallas defensively, we're one of the worst defensive teams in the NFL. So the Eagles really couldn't get anything going in the second half against us. Then against the Chiefs, they threw for 100 yards, and the tush push is going to get officiated correctly from now on because so many people made a fuss about it, and they're going to actually call false starts, which it is a false start every single time they run the tush push. So the tush push is going to be out in this game. I will say Saquon Barkley dominates the Rams, especially the last couple of times we've been up against them, but Rams plus 3.5. I feel like the offense is cooking a little bit. They had that slow start going up against the Texans, but ever since then, they've been putting up a lot of points. So Rams plus 3.5. I don't think the Eagles have been showing me anything for me to back them minus 3.5, especially in the passing game. Maybe Barkley gets it done, but I'll take the Rams plus 3.5. Cowboys money line. Dak Prescott, he looks like a top 5 quarterback. I am one of the biggest Dak Prescott haters. Probably won't ever win a Super Bowl. Probably won't ever get us to an NFC Championship game, but he has looked very good, and he has put some balls in great positions for CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens and everybody to catch the ball. We've just been letting him down, dropping a ton of passes this season. Defense looks bad. I'm going to bank on Caleb Williams being worse. I'm going to go Dallas money line and the Chiefs minus 6. There's no way in hell Patrick Mahomes starts 0-3, especially going up against the Giants. I will say the Giants are pretty frisky, but Russell Wilson threw for 450 yards against the Dallas Cowboys, and they still lost the game. They got a miracle, and they still lost. So give me the Chiefs minus 6. I don't like the Chiefs either. Don't think they're a very good team. No way Mahomes starts 0-3. I'll take the Chiefs in a desperation spot minus 6 for the far better team than the Giants. All the plays are there. If you guys enjoyed the content, please share drop a like on this video. Hope everybody wins on Sunday. Thanks for watching.